Is that thing on?
Hey, buddy. Good day, everybody. Look at that. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Look up T. High five.
High five.
High five. Isis.
I don't know how it goes.
Like that.
There.
Isis, you look like
There
you're in
you
a
go.
cottage bathroom.
Sounds
I
like
know.
it too.
I don't know. I'm in a guest room.
Guest room.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look like a bathroom at a cottage up north?
I would 100% say it looks like he's sitting on a toilet right now.
Yeah.
I would be the last person to sit on a. I hate sitting on the toilet.
Yeah,
I
you
would.
give you
Your
that.
back's too close to the wall, though. You'd have to be sitting on the tank. You doing an upper decker right
Yeah.
now, E? Is that what's going on?
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I am here. Isis, shalom, Big E. Big E is here. Travis Bully is here. Thank you, Travis. T. Roy in the house. What up, T?
How you doing, brother?
I like your shirt. Grateful Dead. Represent.
Always. Steely.
I saw a post. It might have been Newberg who made a post like, what bands do you say you like but nobody likes for real or something like that? Did you see that going around?
I missed that one.
Blasphemous. A lot of people put Pink Floyd down.
Ooh.
And someone put the Dead down.
how
What?
dare they? I get it.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. Like Jerry Garcia says, we're like licorice. Well, not everybody likes licorice, but some people
I mean, what is it?
really
Bands
like
you like
licorice.
that what?
Bands that you say you like just because everybody else says they like them, but that you really don't like. Grateful Dead fits that category perfectly.
Oh.
Although I don't know many people who admit they like the Grateful Dead that don't.
No, I think you either like it or you don't.
Yeah, and there's
And,
plenty.
you
of
have to- and it's not
don't
just
get
that you
it.
don't
I
like them
don't
a
get it.
little bit. It's like you don't like them at all, but you're just saying, "Oh yeah, I fucking love the Beatles," but you don't like them at all.
Yeah, like you're showing. I think, anyways, like you're just like so many people think the Beatles are the greatest band of all time. If you don't personally like the Beatles, I'm guessing that there's a lot of people that still go, yeah, the greatest bands ever: the Beatles, the Stones, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's certain bands like Nine Inch Nails. I can do without Nine Inch Nails personally. I can do without U2. I know that's blasphemous to a lot of people, but I don't get the U2 thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I understand, but I don't think there's many people who are saying they like the Grateful Dead when they don't. I think it's very easy for people to go, don't get it.
I don't understand. God, other than a few, what were answers? Like, I don't understand. I don't think is there a lot of bands out there that people are saying, like, I fucking love these guys. Yeah, I like them or whatever. Like, I don't understand. I guess maybe there is.
There's
Nickelback.
probably. What's
No,
that?
but see, that's Nickelback would people make fun of, like,
the
it would be
opposite.
harder to say, I like Nickelback, and that's a bigger deal.
Yeah. I
to say
think
that
that's where I was going to go, T. I think there's more people that say they hate bands that they like.
That's what I was gonna say. I bet there's more people. You're right. Like dude, like Nickelback is a great example. Like
Journey,
I'm not gonna
Nickelback,
fight whether
Flipper.
they're good or not. But Nickelback for like about 3 to 5 years, their show would sell out at the Joe every year, and pretty fast. And yet nobody liked them. But they'd
Yeah.
come to the Joe and it would sell out in a week. And it'd be like, okay,
Coldplay was like that too. You don't know your
no,
favorite.
you're gay.
Yeah, you like Coldplay. Like Coldplay's like a joke, but Coldplay will sell out the O2 in London.
Yeah. Somebody
Like-
likes them.
I think there's,
Somebody-
Jimmy Buffett would fall in line to me that. I bet there's a lot of people that make fun of the idea of Margaritaville, but dude, you go and it's like fucking packed. Yet I could see a lot of people making fun of that, kind of like it's not real music. You know what I mean? It's not
The
artsy.
Parrot Heads, I don't know. I don't hear that many people like embarrassed to admit they like
Maybe not.
Jimmy Buffett. Steve Miller falls in that category. People love going to those shows. I don't know.
Okay, maybe that's true.
I'm trying to think of a band that I've like, yeah, give them theirs, where I really didn't like them. I don't know who that band is.
But I mean, you're allowed to respect a band, but not like. I mean, if you the idea of flat out just saying I don't like this, you're saying to people, "Fuck yeah, the Ramones, man," but like you really don't like them at all. Like it's one thing to me to say like I don't know much Ramones, but I can, as a person who likes music, can understand that they obviously,
Yeah.
meant something and were an important and whatever that was. But I mean,
It's just one of those cleansing posts. Like I can finally admit, fine, you want it? I don't like Nine Inch Nails. There, I said it.
Came out with it.
Finally, I got that off my chest. People need to relax. Anyway, this will be the last show for a little bit from, at least in my part, from Arizona. is I'm gonna head out of town for a few. I'm gonna bring some equipment. I've already gone through this with Travis to make sure I can kind of go on the road. But I'm gonna go to Los Angeles for a few. I'm actually staying with Raj. But yes, my brown friend. I have a brown friend.
That'll be worse than the Warren. If you think the Warren's bad,
The what?
if you think the Warren's bad,
What you
I mean,
think?
how are you even going to sleep?
I don't know. What do you mean? Why do you
The
think?
discussions?
Oh, Raj and I.
Yeah. Don't wear your Trump shirt over there.
I think what we'll have to do is have a safe word, and I think since we're both giant Motley Crue fans, I think Motley Crue will be our safe word, and we'll just be yelling Motley Crue, motherfucker, all day to each other.
Sounds about right.
Something along those lines to just like stop the conversation. Now, I'm not interested in squabbling, but I like Raj a lot. I think he's fucking hilarious, and he's a great guy. I know him. He's a good dude. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with him for a bit, and then I'm gonna shoot up to Northern California and see my sister and my parents living out there. And
Marin County?
not Marin County, but close to
okay.
Marin County. Yeah, it's Marin, but yeah, Marin County. I don't know. I think California is opening back up like tomorrow.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I think most things are starting to open up out there, but they've been. I think it's still $1,000 fine to get caught not wearing a mask out there.
Really? It's a fine?
Yeah, I think they have a fine
Huh.
for you. Which sucks. But anyway, I found out one thing that I'm not embarrassed to admit anymore.
Are they fining anybody on those riots out in the streets? If anybody's not wearing a mask, they pulling them off, giving them tickets?
No, those
Can't
people are-
imagine they're all wearing masks.
No, they're not. Of course not. Social distancing doesn't matter anymore when it comes to protests. They're fine.
Just check.
Yeah, and we'll get into some of those. See how you guys feel about Chaz. If you're willing to live in Chaz, I'll explain more in a minute. But, dude, I found out over the last couple months that I've been here, I absolutely love Legos. If you guys, like,
That's 6+
never
right in
got
your
into it.
wheelhouse there?
dude, I did 9+ the other day. I did the Million
Oh.
Falcon because Marshall doesn't know how to say Millennium Falcon, so he just calls it the Million Falcon.
Yeah.
And I built this son of a bitch, and I'm very proud of the work. And but yeah, it was 9+, man, and it's fucking getting hard. They're getting hard.
Why is it not over here? Where is it?
It's in the other room. I mean, I could go grab it and bring it in here. You want to see?
Can't
the
believe you're
Million-
not showing off your work already. I thought you'd have that
You're gonna tell that
prominently
story and you don't have it
displayed
sitting
on the
right
desk
there?
right there. This
All
is my
right,
Million
fuck,
Falcon.
Hold on. I'll go grab the Million Falcon. Talk amongst yourselves.
Make the brat go get it.
No one's here. They're all swimming next
Oh.
door.
Next door? How are they? Why are they? I mean, splitting amongst families? They're not supposed to do that. I thought.
So, Isis, number 1 or number 2? What are we doing over there?
Nah.
Do you miss your old house?
No.
No.
Honestly,
it's
not
good to
really.
be home. Good to be back to the manor.
Well, I mean, I'm not at the manor now, but
Right.
I'm at this house. But because of the circumstances of leaving, I do not miss it. It was actually quite an emotional thing walking out of that house. I kind of cried as I was leaving in the end. But
Talking about the Kennedys.
yeah.
Did you guys see my Million Falcon?
Yeah. Can we get a zoom in on there? Can we, Trav, can we go big
I
screen?
don't,
Oh,
I don't have a team here manning cameras.
there you go. Look at that. Look at that.
It's pretty good.
Dude, it's fucking dope. This thing all opens up and shit.
Oh,
See, I got guys in here.
yeah. You got Chewie in there.
Yeah, Chewie's in here.
Is Lando in there?
Lando's right here.
Oh yeah. All right. Put him up
You know
front.
what's kind
Good
of funny
choice.
though? These things, they've got like an expert level one that's literally like $1,200, $1,400.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, shit. Yeah, so I went with a 9+. These things are, I've spent probably $2,000 since I got here on fucking Legos. Not even kidding. They're outrageously expensive.
See, when I was a kid, Legos were just, I mean, there were the things you could build, but they were basically interchangeable and you could just build whatever the hell you wanted out of them.
Yeah,
But
and-
with those things, like, so if we lost a Lego, if I lost a, big rectangle piece, it didn't make a difference. But that one, you lose one piece of that, you're fucked.
You're fucked, dude. All of a sudden,
It's
the whole
it's
thing
toast.
Right.
You're $100 again just to go buy a whole nother one to get that one piece.
I was more into Connects than I was into Legos because Connects you could do like the roller coaster and shit like that.
See, I would have pegged you as a Duplo guy. Is it
I don't even know what that is.
They're the big fucking Legos for tards.
Oh, I don't know.
Or, I'm
Lincoln
sorry,
Logs.
not for like 2
I
year.
like Lincoln Logs too, actually.
Lincoln Logs were dope, dude. Nothing wrong with a Lincoln Log fan.
By the
No,
way, I
for-
should clarify. Someone says here, like, yikes, a house sitting cry. I should clarify. The crying was not because of leaving the house in the sense of the house sitting gig. That house ended up being very like I took. Lene came there a lot, like even from November until that end, and so like so the house the crying of the house sitting was crying of like this time in my like this main only relationship I've ever had in my life, and there was just a lot of stuff there, and it was more emotional about this thing that had started and fallen apart almost while I was in the 6 months period of that being at that house a lot. So that's what it was involved. It wasn't.
Dude, you're living a song. You're living a ballad right now. Everywhere you look, it's a reminder of her. And
It's a country song. It's every country song.
Yeah. For me, it was just because it was like this. I mean, I think if I'd had other relationships in my life, I know that they always hurt. I'm sure. I know everyone. No one just has 5, and then they go, "Oh, I don't get sad anymore." But for me specifically, being in that house and like thinking of like I said, from November to when I left in end of May, she came there probably. She visited.
Did
and
she?
Stayed there
Did she though?
Yeah, maybe not. But that was probably part of the problem in reality. But she stayed there several times, and so like just leaving it and being there for 2.5 months and stuff. That's why it was emotional to me, not because I was like, oh my god, I was house sitting this house. Like,
yeah. What's going on with Lene, by the way? You guys are still talking, right? Or
that it's kind of in a rough spot right now. That picture I posted that you guys joked about the other day. Well, Troy referenced it the other day when I posted a picture of Amy and her friend who's pregnant. We did a drive-by baby shower at her house, but her house happens to be literally like a half a mile from my house. Her friend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was there, and I posted an image of me, her, and the bride and the mom to be, and like literally, I got a message that day, just going off on me about like, oh really, I couldn't even, be next to her on this weekend, that whole social distancing weekend, and it went pretty. I mean, to the point that we're not talking now. That's where that led to.
That just screams it made her jealous.
Oh
well,
yeah,
dude, it's obviously some insecure issues there, but it's definitely too bad because it's so not the same. I mean, dude, you're talking about a situation 2.5 months ago when I was legitimately freaked out about the corona. Like when I was like, when my mom would bring food, I would make her set food on the fucking porch, and then I would pick it up after she left. Like it's so a different situation, but clearly that she could never quite get over that weekend, obviously, and.
That's something that's a little weird. I usually I want to side with Lene so bad because it hurts you a little bit, Isis. Like that makes me feel joy. But God, dude, you were one of those people, and I got plenty of in my family. Like I'm more like Lene, was more willing to move around, but I just couldn't. But there were certain people that were freaked the fuck out. Don't want like their closest friends and family. Dude. Like that's they were doing, dropping food at the porch, get the fuck out of here, and then I'll deal with the food. Like people have to understand that a lot of people were doing that. I don't think that made you weird.
I think about it now, and I've obviously done a lot of thinking about all this, and we don't have to go all into it, but we did the show where I very much so like now when I sit here today, almost 3 months later, I definitely feel kind of dumb. I wish I wouldn't have done that, in a way, but like at the time, and but I was thinking about it today where it's like, it is bullshit to me to this much later, like to not at least understand where I was, like what my thought process was still, it kind of bummed me out, to be honest with you.
Couple quick thoughts.
Yeah.
I feel like we're giving her just what she wants by having this discussion right now. And secondly,
well, I'm blocked and everything now, so who knows?
Oh boy.
Man, we're gone to blocking.
Oh,
This is hard to get to that status
so.
usually.
What's that, Trev?
You have to work hard to get to that status usually.
Not really. I've been.
No, it's not that hard
Maybe you
actually.
just make,
It could happen
maybe
in
you just make
24
quick
hours.
jobs of hard work. I don't know.
Troy, I mean, you and I both have some experience.
Oh, yeah, my block list is long, and I'm sure I'm blocked on plenty myself.
Yeah. I don't block anybody.
I only blocked one person.
I can have the biggest fight with someone and just be like, whatever. You're blocked. I just don't.
But just sometimes when the crazy comes out, like, go fuck yourself. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah,
it doesn't even
there's-
matter.
There are
I don't
some
know.
levels of crazy out there that are next level, futuristic crazy, and
Yeah.
those ones gotta.
So wait,
and-
E got next level crazy blocked. How crazy did you go,
really
E?
I think it's really too bad to be. I'm not going to go too much on it. I think it's too bad that that's what ended up happening. For one, by the way, I don't understand. It was almost as if I was getting punished. I don't get for what exactly at this point, because it had been and I don't know. It's too bad. It's too bad that she felt that that was needed because of that photo, I guess. But I don't know. It sucks. It's been what day is
What are
today?
chicks in your life? Say, are chicks in your life siding with you? Or are they seeing?
Well, at this point, I would say that I'm getting more support than I only have a few people I talk to, and the people I've talked to have been more on my side than the other side. But
Capitalize
that's,
on that
dumb.
oral supporty.
But that doesn't even. That's dumb. I don't care. I don't need that. I don't want that. I'd rather always look and see what I could have, things I could do better. But I don't know, man.
I'm not going to press
So,
you, but I have a feeling, and Travis, tell me what you think. I have a feeling there's more to the story than just the incident where she came over and you were trying to social distance. That's just my gut.
I know there
Pressure
is.
for details, but it seems
There
like
is.
there'd be more to this story than just that. I don't know what you're comfortable talking about, but
Well, I mean, it's what I said about the one time when we did the long show about it. I talked about it, like this, this issue I had with communication in a relationship setting. I mean, not that I don't have it in other settings, but it's obviously more important when you're a partner with somebody. There was that, and then there was, flat out. I know. I mean, I almost hate. Look, I'm not going to say I can't get made fun of for it. I don't care, but I don't need to get pounded on it for it because I understand. But the communication and the lack of sexual experience were two things that were ended up being a big deal in the end.
that's
But
that's a.
it's
that's
like
a
to me,
hard-
what here, real quick. You can take your shots. Let me take your shots after this. But my thought is on this is what's really too bad of a bummer on this
It's really
is
sentimental.
both these things though were things that were getting better. What I'm saying? Like they were things I was acknowledging. It wasn't like the things where you've been single your whole life, so I got used to just going out the bar 8 nights a week. And she was like, dude, we don't even see each other that often, and you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, I don't know. I mean, it was things that were I felt like, if for someone who we were at the point of talking about marriage already and moving in together in the fall was a guaranteed. Like you'd asked me 3 months ago at this point, it was 100% we're going to move in together. And I just feel like if you're at that point with someone, I met her kid. I mean, her kid liked me.
It's really unfair too, and unfortunate because everybody knew you sucked dick at sex, dude. Like everybody knew you sucked at sex. Like that wasn't breaking news. I mean, you've been very open and honest about that.
And
I believe
she knew that too going in, by the way.
and she did know that going in. She should
She's
have
a listener, right?
Yeah, she knew you were horrible at sex. Like that's her job to help fix that. I think partly.
Well, the thing is to me that was it was said on several times that things. I'm just an awkward person, and the reality is before her, I don't care if Troy sits there. This is.
No, it's
but
not.
laughing at me, but
I'm not
I'm
laughing
an
at
awkward
you. It's just I love that I'm an awkward person. I know, and it's awkward when you say it. It just
I know.
it's
Well,
sweet.
I'm
It's
awkward,
endearing.
And
It
the
is
problem
endearing.
is,
It's
I
funny,
haven't.
but it's endearing.
Before her, I hadn't been with anybody that was any level of seriousness. They were all just drunk one night things or whatever, and so and then we're in the long
Transactions.
distance. Well, they just didn't. There was no reason. They were just things that weren't. The idea of really how good it was almost irrelevant. They were just some of them I don't even remember. Some of them are fat chicks that I didn't even really. They just kind of happened. So I never had this time to really feel comfortable in my skin. And then even with
skills, yeah, you got to hone your
even with
skills.
her, we were in a distance thing. So it was sometimes I wouldn't see her, for a whole month. And I really believe, I'm not trying to be mean, but I believe that we had such a connection and there was so much positive there that if we had moved in together and then I would have gotten to be with somebody and way more on a regular basis with the connection that we already had and the other benefits we had with each other. I just feel like it would, it would have gotten.
All right, E, can I stop there for a second? Do you think, and I'll stop whenever you want to stop. I don't want to pry, but I believe Troy called it a Mexican standoff at one point with the going down.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
And I don't want to, hey, I told you so, but we predicted that was going to become a problem. Do you think that became a problem? The fact that.
Definitely. The problem is, dude.
And you're not saying that she in any way suffered from vagine rot or anything like that.
No.
Like it was more you than her, right? This wasn't a.
The problem is, I mean, look I understand. I don't want anyone to ever settle, and I understand that if you're not happy, you're not happy, or if this is really something you need that much to make something, like if that's a deal breaker, I guess she had to move on, I suppose. But my thought would be like, it's to me to take a whole relationship and boil it down to very specifically one sexual act that again doesn't necessarily get better. The problem was, I will say, I kind of went at it a few other times, and I'm not trying to be selfish. Like, I want to be nice. I just didn't like it. Like, I just didn't like it.
Sure.
You mean what? The going down on a chick, like what is it? Is it the texture? Is it the smell? Is it the taste? Like, what is it? What is it that gets you like, you're like, fuck this?
Would you do it with saran wrap? Just a nice little strip on top of there, and
yeah, that's an idea.
Just a nice protective barrier. Would you go at it like that?
Maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You want him to, wait, Troy, your suggestion is a dental dam? There's no fucking chick on earth that's not going to be offended if you pull out a dental dam.
No, it's not about the chick. I'm asking about him, if that would make him more comfortable.
I don't know how to explain. You know what? I don't want
to lay a piece of trash bag over her vagine and go to town.
Saran wrap. It's clear, so you get okay.
I'd go with the black. He doesn't have to look at the fucking thing. He doesn't like anything about it.
Then you don't know where you're going. He's still a learning process. That's what I'm saying. It's like window shopping.
Go ahead. You were saying.
No, it's all right. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, honestly, I feel really ridiculous saying that, and actually, I feel bad about it. Like, I feel really. I don't think that I'm selfish, but I guess I am.
I don't think you're selfish, E. And I think, first off, let me state, I think it's commendable the fact that you will sit there in your little cottage bathroom and talk about this. This is not an easy subject this is usually an embarrassing topic that no one wants to, it's easy for me to talk about it when it's about you.
Right.
And
sure.
your lack of fucking A+ marks. It's not easy to be the guy admitting, yeah, I kind of suck at that. But I wonder, like, you didn't vomit on it when you went down there or something, did you?
No.
I'm with you. Look, I don't like olives. I won't eat olives. I don't apologize for it. That's just me. I don't like olives. I don't eat olives.
Yeah, but
same thing. Potato, olive, pussy, whatever. It's all the same thing.
It's the same thing, and it's
kind of. You don't like it. You don't like it.
Well, here's the thing. I know it's not the same, but it's like, and I know this isn't her, but like, but it's it's one of these things, and double standards are double standards. We all deal with them, so I don't like to sit there ever and go like, well, that's a double standard, because we all have them. But there is the running joke that there are absolutely girls. Oh, the minute you get married, boom, that girl doesn't suck dick anymore, and it's just kind of a joke. You know what I mean? Because guys just they want the blowjob, but in the end, whatever. If they're still getting pussy, I guess they're fine with it, and it's like, I don't know. It saddens me that, again, it's not even something that wasn't like 100% like would never get better necessarily, or I don't even know what would have happened. Maybe it never would have. Maybe I never would have got used to it. Maybe I always would have felt like a chore. But like, it saddens me that like a mild lack of communication and again,
and a major lack of cunnilingus.
Major lack of that.
Well, it sounds like it was more mechanical.
Not able to.
Instead of would you say it's more mechanical than in the moment? Like, usually in the moment, it's like you just find yourself in this position.
The problem is
But for you, I'm assuming it was like, okay, I'm going in. Wish me luck.
Right.
Like, where's my snorkel?
Like, yeah, where's my snorkel? And Troy said to try saran wrap. Like, was it a discussion point or something? And then it's like, now you've taken romance out of it. There's nothing like lustful about it. It's just kind of like, I know I'm supposed to do this, so I'm going to try it again. If I start.
Kinda. I mean, I wouldn't say it out loud. I wouldn't verbalize it, but that's probably my body language. that's how it is, and it's.
So were you like the owl in the Tootsie Roll Pops, like 1, 2, 3, and then boom, you're out?
I'm not going to get too involved into it, but I mean, it's
It's too late for that, E.
well,
We won't get into technique.
I'm not going to get into I'm not going to get
You
into
don't
an
be tickling
absolute,
or nothing.
but
I'm a fucking pussy eating master. I don't be tickling or nothing, T.
I don't know. It's too bad. I mean, the reality is like I'm not. By the way, I'm not trying to change the subject of it. You can, whatever. But the reality of what all led to this is like, it led to the breakup, which really sucked for me personally, and then it led to, led to kind of a month of some oddities, and then kind of this, and it's. I don't like literally. I'm in a state right now. I know I said it before, but it hit me back. It was like we talked about the second wave of the COVID. Like that's what this has been now. It's like a second wave. I honestly, I've realized like I don't think I've ever missed a person in my entire life. Like, and not trying to be weird about it, but I don't. You have friends that you haven't. Maybe for you guys back in the day when you didn't have social media, but because of social media, I have friends that live in Arizona, and I don't talk to them, but I kind of see, oh, they're doing this right now, and. I have friends that maybe you don't see them for a year, and you want to hang out, or if you hear they're in town, you want to see them. But I don't think I've missed anybody in my entire life, and I'm going on. We haven't talked since Saturday, and we hadn't gone a day since Labor Day, without doing that, and it's been very fucking hard. Like I've never missed somebody before.
I think we get it. I'll open this up to the room. Troy, you've got a lot of experience with chicks. Travis. It's well documented. Your wife is an expert in the female orgasm and whatnot, and I do all right for myself. So, do you think that because part of me just wants to strangle him and go, dude, just call her up and go, bitch, can we just fucking get in a room and talk a little bit, hammer some shit up?
It's hard to. I don't want to get too much into it, but that part.
He's blocked.
He's blocked. Well, he could borrow your phone.
Get a burner phone.
I know, but I'm just telling you, like,
Next time I talk to her, I'll tell her to give you a shout.
Okay, yeah, you do that. I can't.
You say it's over, but I'm telling you it's not, because she's clearly paying attention to what your social media stuff is, and there's jealousy. Amy's a good-looking girl. I'm assuming the chicks that she's hanging out with are mostly good-looking. If you're in pictures with that
pregnant girl, you know what I mean?
Well, hell yeah.
She puts out.
Yeah, she's up for it. Amy's hot though. I mean, if you're in a picture with her and it's like, she's paying attention to that. The reason she's lashing out is because there's still some feelings there. If she truly didn't give a shit, she wouldn't care. She wouldn't comment on it. But the fact that she does, am I right, guys, or am I wrong here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, jealousy.
Trav.
Is a tricky bitch.
Yeah. But dude, I can't. Again, the problem is I can't get too into all the verbals exactly back and forth. But like, I'm not at a point where I'm willing to. I've done enough pleading. On some level, I feel really sad and very depressed. Honestly, like I literally don't do anything all day. I've been when I've been at Amy's, all I've been doing is, luckily she has Disney Plus. I've just been binge watching The Simpsons for 2 straight days because I don't know what to do. I have nothing else that I want to do.
Why don't you go to her house, grab an old jukebox, and play like "In Your Eyes" or whatever?
Yeah, right.
Was that the song in the movie?
No.
In Your Eyes? Or
what the hell was that?
Oh, I don't know the song they played.
Play some Rancid song or whatever.
Whatever they're wrong for 3 guys.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. The fuck is that movie where the kid shows up?
Say Anything with Cusack. But what the hell was the song?
Yeah. You should try that. At least give it a shot.
Okay, yeah.
It's not In Your Eyes. It's something like that. It's like a Peter Gabriel song or something.
You know what, dude? I'm gonna say that the reality is I think that like I said, I think I've already done these moments. I had a moment.
It is In Your Eyes.
Is it? Attaboy. Well done.
Hell yeah. Say Anything, In Your Eyes. Yeah, try it, E. Unless you're not interested, but you guys were on such a good track. It breaks my heart. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, you know what?
You're not the only one.
Her loss, buddy. Fuck her. You're better. You deserve better. You need somebody that appreciates you for you, man.
Well, it's too bad because I really did think that I mean, dude, I know it sounds so dumb to be like, I think it'd be one thing if I was 19. I said, I thought this was gonna be forever, but I'm 30 fucking 6. I don't think, even though I haven't been in a serious relationship, I think I'm smart enough to know what I felt, and it is too bad because I thought. I mean, I was 100% like it wasn't even a question in my mind, and what was going to happen next. But
I'd say you'd do anything for her, but not quite anything.
that's true.
Yeah.
I
But
suppose.
Again, her loss, man.
Nothing's
You're going to be
perfect, though, you know what I
really
mean?
good
That's
for
what I think was
somebody.
Too bad. Nothing's perfect. Like, I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to be a dick, but like, nothing is perfect, man. And it's like,
No.
I think that there's.
Nothing's
It's too bad
100%. You got to pick what what you can live without. And next
I mean,
time
I
maybe
guess, you know,
try
go back to
go
some
down,
of
try the
these,
finger. Get in there, but pretend it's the tongue and just do the finger.
I was doing
See if you can
that.
get away with it. Why? But to pretend.
Oh.
Yeah, there's the chin works too. You can chin a lot
Yeah.
of fucking.
Well, I
Don't act
know
like-
the goatee that gives it away. Can't get away with the chin on this one.
I guess I just shave every day.
Yeah, just shave yourself a nice bald patch right here, and
Yeah.
don't even acknowledge it. And then just when you get down there, it's like, this tastes better than usual. Just give her the fucking chin. That's what you do if there's if you run into a poison one that you didn't know about.
No,
get in
just
there with the chin.
abort. You don't even chin it.
Yeah,
Just get the fuck out.
Just grab your shit and run.
Yeah, hell yeah. You don't want any part of that.
I don't know what else to tell you, E.
I know it's all right. It's what it is, man.
There hasn't been insider trading going on. I don't know more about the story than the audience does. We're kind of learning as we go.
Well, I
So-
mean, like when I say inside stuff, it's like, what am I going to do? Sit here and I'm not going to get on this show and start reading text message. Although actually I can't because we kind of stopped texting, and in the last week of what the communication was, it was done through Snapchat. So I couldn't do it anyway. But even if I'm not going to sit here and say, well, and she said this to me one time, and then I said this. It's just not. It is what it is to some extent. But
Well, it's hard.
Travis knows a lot more because I've been at his house drunkenly talking about it at times.
Oh, I bet
But-
you're a fucking blabbermouth when you're hammered. Travis? Is he just going fucking
The whole
exploding?
neighborhood knows the story.
Yeah, we just need to start polling neighbors of yours. I'd be like, oh God, E's this again? Yeah, we know all about it. Poor E.
Oh well, that's what it is.
There's unfortunately not a ton of fun stuff in the news. It seems like our whole world has gone to shit. So talking about your troubles, E, are kind of a nice escape from what's going on in the world.
Right.
I'm trying not to pay too much attention to it. Find some stories that aren't just about the world ending, but we do have to talk about the Chaz setup in Seattle. Have you guys followed that at all?
Fill
I
me
only
in.
go to the tap, kinda.
Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, where they've just corned off 6 blocks. Basically what it is going on in Seattle, this is the parking lot of any Grateful Dead show, like original Grateful Dead show.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know if it's sustainable. Could we have sustained life just following the Dead? Like, can you support your family on that lifestyle?
If
Can
you're
you-
all together at the time, I guess. But
No, but that's your life. Like, we didn't go and then party in the parking lot for 8 hours and then go to a concert and then go home. We just live in the parking lot of a Grateful Dead show. Forever.
yeah, that's gonna be tough.
It's tough, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't know. Am I crazy to think like, hey guys, long term, this seems like a little vacation or something, like you're following the Dead on tour for a summer, but I don't know how this plays out long term. When you've got a cop-free zone, I don't know how you declare that. They've declared it not now leaving the USA. It's not America anymore. You're in this autonomous zone, 6 blocks in the middle of fucking Seattle.
What's interesting is they have walls. You know what I mean? So, and they're only letting certain people in and out.
Yeah, barricades and whatnot. And
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, well, there's businesses in there too. I don't know who's.
no, but I'm saying like, their whole thing about Trump, and now they're like, oh, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build an area of things that we like, and we're gonna build a wall and keep people out that don't like the things we like.
Oh, yeah.
How interesting!
Okay.
Crazy how that works, isn't it? E?
The irony.
I thought we're
Right.
supposed to build bridges. Isn't
I
that what we're
bet they'll
supposed
let the Mexicans in though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. No
Just keep-
Canadians, though.
they'll
Fuck
keep the
those
white
Canadians.
people out.
They're also using guns, right, to like protect it, which They
Some are armed, yes.
shouldn't be allowed to have. I thought we shouldn't have.
I see what you're doing, highlighting all the fucking hypocrisy. I see what you're doing.
Look at liberal E. Hey.
I am not liberal. I see things on both sides. That's the
No,
difference.
not Lene's gone. We can get back to the center.
No.
We get back to the original E. We get original E back. Who
I
knew
look at things
not
on
eating
both
pussy
sides.
would be so beneficial to us? We got our E back. So here's what they're getting. T, tell me this doesn't sound like a dead show,
Let's
like a
see.
parking lot. Let's see. No police. We were dancing.
Already
in-
no. We had police at dead shows.
Yeah, there's a few of them, but not many, and they tended to leave you alone. We dancing in the streets, dining on free vegan pizza,
Okay.
watching movies under the watch of armed guards. So they had their own armed guards, and after being deemed domestic terrorists by Trump's called them domestic terrorists. Well, I don't know what you want to be called if you fucking corn off a 6-city block in a major metro city in America. Like, yeah, like I don't think you can just walk in there into their free world.
How do
There
you
are-
how do you get in and out? Who's allowed in? You got to show
they
your
have
voter
security
registration
enforcement.
card. What do you got to
You
do?
have to show ID. Dude, it
Okay.
goes against everything they're fighting for.
Yeah,
it's just
I can smell the hypocrisy. It's kind of amazing.
there are armed people there, but the majority are peaceful. Oh, the majority of the armed people are peaceful?
Oh,
Well, that's good.
okay. Yeah.
That's good. Sounds kind of like cops, but whatever.
something like that.
There are free stations offering sunscreen, hand sanitizer, and snacks, and plant and flower gardens are being set up. This is a hippie commune.
Yeah.
And
Who's,
how long?
who's funding all this shit? Who's putting the veggie egg rolls out there for people to eat?
You know what, you fucking human fart in church? Why do you got to fucking poke holes in their shit?
Oh shit! Whoops, my bad. No,
It's
sounds
free-
totally sustainable.
Free sunscreen.
Yeah.
I'm like you going, okay, well, when that bottle runs out, then what? it's free sunscreen what? Provided by sunscreen makers? Free sunscreen, hand sanitizer, and snacks.
It's Seattle. Isn't it always cloudy and rainy in Seattle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although
that's
I've heard there's rumors that that's not true. They just want to keep everybody else out, so they tell everyone.
It's terrible here. You don't want to come here.
You don't want to be here, just gray and gloomy and rainy. No, it's gray and gloomy and rainy all the time in Seattle. The Puget Sound, if you will. So yeah, we've got Trump is ordering that the block be dismantled. Radical left governor of Washington, Jay Inslee, and the mayor of Seattle are being taunted and played at a level our great country has never seen before. Take back your city now. If you don't do it, I will. This is not a game. Seattle's mayor, Jenny Durkin, sides with the protesters, of course.
Well, yeah. Well, it's an election year.
Yeah, she wants
not for
Trump to
mayors, but
go back to his bunker to hide. That's a shot, obviously referencing when he was scurried to his bunker when they started protesting outside the White House.
sure.
In Portland, protesters, they were trying to do the same thing in Portland. They just weren't quite as organized. And so they kind of partied like their Grateful Dead scene. They partied till 2 a.m. and then they got a face full of rubber bullets and
Shut it
straight
down. Shut her down.
Shut that shit down. They did remove some police fencing that surrounded the courthouse. So they were able to accomplish it. They were able to spray paint some walls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
like just some hate speech or graffiti or what are we talking about?
Depends who you ask, but Black
is
Lives
it-
Matter, is that considered hate speech?
No, not to the blacks.
Okay, then it's not hate speech.
All
They
right,
paint
perfect.
Black Lives Matter. Probably my guess is there was a spray painted George Floyd. Rest in peace. I don't know if you saw his funeral.
Could have maybe put a nice mural up. That would have been delightful. Would have been nice.
Did you guys see George Floyd's funeral? Or
Which one?
3 funerals? Excuse me, he had 3
okay.
funerals.
Yeah. No.
I swear to God, Jesus himself has not gotten a funeral as grand as George Floyd's did. I'm watching it and seeing the singing, him with angel wings and a halo. It's like, by all accounts, this dude was literally a career criminal. But whatever, gold casket.
Sure.
Dude, his funeral was bigger than Michael Jackson's.
Wow. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it
Whatever.
wasn't a kitty fucker, but all right, cool.
That's true. There were suggestions that they were going to build an autonomous zone.
Are you
also.
whacking off? What's going on over there?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're on mute. E.
You're
on
mute.
I I didn't think this through. My legs are getting sore. I'm trying to like move around.
You get that red ring on your ass from sitting on the toilet bowl?
We got them all worked up talking about Linnae. He's over there tossing one off real quick.
What was he doing? I didn't see him. I'm
He's just
deep
all,
too.
the camera's just sitting there just bobbing up and just shaking like it.
My legs got sore. I didn't, like I said, I didn't think out my positioning very well.
Yeah, no.
Thank you for
Sorry.
that.
Go ahead.
So, anyways, they were not as organized in Portland as Seattle, so they just played some beach volleyball in their autonomous zone. And then till 2 a.m., they were dancing in the streets and playing beach volleyball. I want to go there. And then they went home. The Seattle zone also contains the Seattle Police Department's East Precinct, which cops abandoned on Monday after the threat was that they were going to go inside there and burn the fucker down. So the cops
Whoa.
just left.
So, holy shit.
Yeah.
And so they just abandoned it. Said, okay, no, we're going to go.
Yep. They're not getting support from local politicians or leaders. So, yeah. They're like, this, out. So armed protesters have been manning checkpoints where they check ID and frisk people at the entrances. So in order to go into their fucking perfect...
What are they frisking for? If
they're
you're
Nirvana.
guys in there, only certain people can have guns? Is that what we're talking about?
I guess.
Huh.
I
Interesting.
don't want to...
Huh.
I don't want to walk into any city and have to be frisked going into it.
Yeah.
So, that sounds awful. But yeah, they frisk me and check ID.
Well, hey, you get frisk going into a Grateful Dead concert, so
Yeah, I
just like you
suppose.
said,
Well,
right?
but isn't this supposed to be Nirvana? This is supposed to be, we can do it ourselves without these fucking cops killing all of us all the time.
How about we just let it go? How about we all just back off, say, okay, kids, you guys have your bottle of sunscreen and your veggie burritos, and we're just going to sit back and we're just going to watch this shit show unravel. Can we do it like the Truman Show? Can we just put like live cams everywhere and just watch this fucking disaster unravel live?
How awesome would that be? Dude, just put up cams. Although I
Just
I don't-
just drones everywhere. Just have them drones all over, and you just get to pick what drone you watch.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
I might
just-
pay for it.
I kind of want to see it go dark and then like in 6 weeks to go, hey, remember that test we were doing in Seattle? And then just flip the lights on and we just see what's going on. Like see how
that's
they
fair.
are for
Oh, yeah.
6 weeks,
Sure.
running their own shit. Police say they've received complaints that protesters are demanding cash to enter the zone. So it's already fallen into fucking hooligan hell. You know it will. As well as protection fees from businesses under their control. This is This is what the mafia does.
Yeah, I can't wait for something to happen and somebody want to call the police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think police are like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
I would hope so. Yeah. So the meme
police-
where somebody call like, somebody's breaking into my house. Like, we'll send thoughts and prayers.
yeah, we'll tweet out thoughts and prayers just for you.
Just for you.
Police sources say that the department is now only responding to priority calls of a violent crime in progress. Why? Isn't that the problem? When violent crimes are reported, the police show up and then kill black and brown people?
Yeah.
So why would you let them respond to violent crime? Like, that seems like the last thing you'd want police.
Could you imagine the nerve of being in that place and calling 911?
To be the one to call 911, right?
What an asshole. What an asshole. Police, anti-police protesters are disputing this description and say that what's happening inside this zone, this could literally not be less true. It's incredibly open and peaceful in the Chaz.
Well, yeah,
A
for
reporter
now.
was at entry and said that free food and medical aid was available for demonstrators on every corner. Again, that's cute for a day, for a weekend.
Yeah. Let's
just-
see how this plays out.
You're just going to be deadbeats in 2 weeks. Do you not see how this plays out long term?
Yeah. I think Koresh tried that. It didn't work out so good.
Some food and supplies were also, exactly. David Koresh, perfect example. Go to Waco and see how that worked out.
Yeah.
Some food and supplies were also distributed to the homeless in the area, and protesters were organizing a garbage collection. They've got a whole political system they're firing up. I love it.
Where are they taking that garbage?
I don't know.
Outside of their 6 square blocks?
Well, I mean, in the United States of America, because they're not the USA. Someone put up a cardboard thing and wrote with Sharpie, now leaving the USA. So that's not the USA. Dude, I don't want to take on this foreign country's garbage.
Fair. Totally true.
We have enough issues with
Are
our
they
own
going to
garbage.
secede from the United States? That would be awesome.
I hope so. I hope there's a 6-block radius in Seattle that secedes from the union. Please do that.
Perfect. Because guess what? Now your fucking vote doesn't count either.
So what happens then if the city, because I mean, it was the United States of America like a week ago. So
Yeah.
what if they turn off the water and electricity?
Yeah. Well, you need to be self-sufficient, I would think, at this point.
Yeah. I mean, they want to live like the Walking Dead. So
Yeah. What's their import-export scenario like? What are their tariffs? Where are they getting this sunscreen that they're working with?
I don't know. I hope the FDA
Is that being smuggled in? What kind of contraband's going in there? In
happens
downtown
when someone-
Seattle, I don't think there's a lot of agriculture going on there. I don't think they're going to be able to grow their own food. I think.
Plus,
What happens if
Aren't-
someone steals something?
if someone steals something, you look the other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just kind of
Judge, you don't
oh,
judge.
street justice, man. We don't need
Is
no
it
fucking
stealing?
cops.
Isn't this, I mean, technically, isn't everything around them, aren't they an international border? So they're going to have to deal with international laws as far as moving product in and out, import, export, if you will, too.
Yeah, right.
I mean, thank you.
Sure.
On Wednesday, so we've got other reports. So inside Chaz, they're saying,
They don't have the needle, do they? They're not they don't have the needle, right?
no, thank God.
Okay.
I believe
Whew.
the Puget
All
Sound,
right.
the island, the needle is all
right.
is all
Just
ours.
making sure, seeing what they got.
They do have their own police department, though, the 3rd precinct there in the city that they've
Okay.
overtaken. They're not using it, but I think they're spray painting it, which is always good. Helpful.
Yeah, let's just trash that thing, sure, because we'll never need it again, ever, right? Ever, because we're never gonna have cops again, right? Fuck it.
No, why would
Turn
we?
it into an Aldi.
Sure. Well, here's the thing, though, and I don't know if I believe this, because you know how the at least in Chaz, their independent media is probably fair and balanced, whereas in the USA, we've got this very, very unfair and unbalanced media. So media reports are saying that some claim the rapper Raz Simone has established himself as a warlord within Chaz and was patrolling with armed men.
Oh, okay. See, the cream rises to the top, man.
Dude.
It doesn't take long for the hierarchies to form.
Yeah, it's human nature.
Yep.
Dude, you take away the law, responsibility, the police. You need to unmute your
I love you.
He's just having a conversation.
He's
in a-
been talking for an. Do you hear yourself in your headphones when you're talking? E?
I can't hear myself ever.
No.
So
Oh.
you're in a different situation. I can't hear
Okay.
myself ever. So it's hard to tell.
All right.
Well, my hilarious statement was they got a real. Oh, damn it! No, I
Wait,
forgot.
let's go back to that one. Hold on. All right, everybody, rewind. Go back 45 seconds, and then he was going to say this.
Okay, I'll set you up again. I'll set you up. Some claim the rapper Raz Simone had established himself as a warlord within Chaz and was patrolling with armed men.
Oh, I
Oh,
said
the-
they got a real Lord of the Fly situation going on there, huh?
Oh, there you go.
I'm glad we went back for that.
That's a good one. Did you read that, E? Did you actually read that book?
Was that a meme?
No, I read it.
The whole thing or the cliff notes?
Read it.
Oh, Piggy's got the conch. Sucks to
Right,
your
exactly.
asthma, Piggy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, video emerged showing Simone and several other men confronting another man within the Chaz. Now, it's not lawlessness. They accused him of what do you think when you're talking about the warlord and his armed men need to address a situation? What do you think this gentleman did inside the Chaz that brought the warlord and his armed men in to intervene?
E, you want to take this one?
It could be anything. I mean, it
Yeah.
could have killed someone.
Anything. All right. I was going to let him take a guess.
That
And it's got to be high end, right? Because you're bringing the warlord and his
Yeah.
armed men to deal with this situation. So, what was the crime taking place?
Littering.
Nothing.
Littering and.
Here's the problem.
and.
He was accused of tagging over someone else's graffiti.
Oh, that mother. I mean,
I know.
listen. Not all crimes are created equal, and that is just heinous.
I mean, what the fuck world are we creating? You're gonna.
I mean, there
you're
is
telling
no
me-
higher level of disrespect, is there, than to tag over another tag? That's like a fucking backhanded bitch slap. Psh, fuck you.
Dude, someone took the time to tag property that wasn't his, and you come in like a fucking animal and tag over it. I don't care how
What if it was? What if
It's
it?
a little
What if he was throwing a
splash.
BLM over the top?
It's still another man's graffiti. You don't tag another man's graffiti.
Yeah,
you don't mow another guy's lawn,
like-
T.
The highest form of disrespect. I'm telling you.
What is the? Why would someone like? I don't even. I mean, look, I don't even understand why someone would be doing that if you're in this amazing
Utopia. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you just find your own? Like, why would there be?
Because there's only 6 fucking blocks, and it's probably all already tagged. So if you want to tag something, you got to go
Who
over.
are you tagging it for? It's not. It's
You're
your
gonna
own
step on
country
some
now.
toes, man.
But no one else is gonna see it other than people that all agree. So once it's all tagged, it should just be like that's.
But
Good
isn't the
enough.
whole point to get rid of the police? Within 24 hours, they've established a police force of armed men to deal with such rampant problems like someone tagging over someone else's graffiti.
How is this handled?
Most of them are peaceful. Remember, most of the armed men are peaceful.
So here's how this
I'm
happened.
guessing no one's head was knelt on. Guessing that didn't happen.
No one was knelt on to death. However, apparently Raz, and there's video of this. We don't need to pull it up, but there
What's
is
this
video
guy's
of it.
name again? What? Raz
Fucking
Sharon?
Raz Simone. Come on, dude. He's
Raz
a war.
Simone.
He's got his own country.
All right, I'm gonna have to look
Raz
this guy
Simone.
up.
He's a rapper and he's, a president.
Now he's the guy.
So he came up and he said, "We are the police of this community now." One of his
Oh.
entourage said.
Well, let's defund those fuckers.
Well, right. So
Shut
then-
them down.
So then the tagger who was tagging just willy-nilly over someone else's graffiti shrugged him off and continued tagging the side of the building.
Oh, see, that guy's got balls, man. Not only is he tagging a tag, he's shrugging off the Raz.
Yeah.
Man.
why would it matter? There's no police. They've gotten rid of the police,
Now,
right?
according
So
to Raz, he's the police.
I'm just kidding.
And here's the thing, though, because we
Self-proclaimed.
practiced.
Quite an eating yourself situation.
Oh, whoever's got the most guns becomes the law. Oh, go figure.
Yeah, the biggest bully ends up fucking doing what bullies do. So, but what we've learned though is what we don't need in these communities, whether it's the USA, whether it's the I don't know if they're a continent, province of Chaz, whatever they are, we don't need escalation when there's a confrontation. We need to de-escalate.
Yes.
And so I'm interested to see how this plays out in Chaz, the land of this utopia, this nirvana where they are, because I'm convinced, and call me a cynic, but I'm convinced there's going to be other issues that come up in this new world, maybe even bigger than tagging over someone else's graffiti.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, like I said, that's right up there, man. That is a highest form of disrespect. So
Video shows the confrontation escalates quickly as Simone's entourage demands the tagger leave and shoving breaks out. Huh.
Leave to where?
Oh,
by the way.
right. You're getting outside the walls, man. You're going
And-
back to the
and
United
assuming they
States.
Assuming
That's
they
it.
don't-
You're banned. He's being
Assuming they don't-
deported.
Assuming they don't kill him.
Without trial. either.
Right. Oh my God. He broke the law and he got deported. Oh, what a
got
fucking
deported.
concept.
Within 24 hours, they're already deporting assholes who don't
Where
belong
would they,
there.
what would they do with him? That's the funny thing. Like, for real. What would they do with him? Put him in
Throw
jail?
him over the wall. He just toss him.
Throw
Get
him
him
over the
out.
wall.
Tell the guy
Get
at the
him-
door he's not allowed back in. It's like a bar. Throw him out. He's not back in. You get banned for life.
Shouting
what?
continues as the tagger is driven away and followed for several blocks. I would say no more than 6.
Just no more than
Right.
6. Well, 6 and then turn left and then 6 and then turn left and then 6 and then turn left.
He was followed for several blocks, no more than 6. So, for your own safety, you need to go. The woman filming the video was heard saying to the tagger at one point.
Oh, whoa. He's not safe?
Well, yeah, he's not safe there. And so
Oh,
we had to
what?
get to the point where physically addressing it was the best way to get our point across. Wow.
I love that we don't even
How do they
have to
say it?
fucking write it. It writes itself.
It's fucking
It-
brilliant, isn't it?
Thank you. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Yes.
We had to get to a point where it escalated to fucking violence. I
It
mean,
had
what else
to.
were we gonna
Right?
do?
What else were we going to do?
Well, one
You
thing
won't
that's
listen to the rules, so we have to do something to enforce them.
Amazing.
we had to get to the point where physically addressing it was the best way to get our point across. E, what are you doing? Are you trying to show us your dick right now? Is that what you're doing?
Look at my dick. Look at my dick. Look at my dick.
Is Lene watching the video? Did she log in? He's trying to show it. Here's what you're missing. Look at my dick. Look at my dick. He's muted.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, well done, sir.
So yeah, Simone has called for long-term occupation. Come out and hold it down. We'll be here as long as it takes. So bring a tent and a blanket.
Well, listen, the next phase that I can't wait for is I want Chaz to really take off, right? Now, Chaz is 6 square blocks. I want people from all over the country that support Chaz to go to Chaz and show their support. I want them to reach maximum capacity and then not want to let more people into Chaz and have to have some sort of immigration policy on who gets into Chaz, when, and why.
And
Or should just everyone be able to get into Chaz no matter what?
Well, I think right now we say yes.
Aren't they already
Anyone
saying
but
that
Chaz.
everyone's interest let in because they ID you and stuff? So they're
And
already
then what do
saying
we
that
do?
that's-
God forbid. Now, I know this is a serious incident. I don't mean to downplay the seriousness of the crime of tagging over another graffiti artist's work.
Yeah, right.
But if lawlessness like that continues at Chaz, I mean, there's got to be some sort of repercussion for your actions. Otherwise, you're not going to have a stable society. So what do they need? I mean, I hate to talk about jail systems being
no.
replaced at Chaz, but
No.
what do you do? Because
Jazz lives matter.
because
I
if
think
I
you
go
just-
to Chaz and my work is graffitied over and nothing happens to the perp that tagged over my graffiti, I mean, how long am I going to want to be there if they can't protect my tagging?
Well, I think
Wait
that's
till there-
when
wait till
that's
there's
when
a
it devolves
protest
into
inside.
street justice.
Yeah.
Well, wait
I
till
just
there's
hope
like an
Raz
exception.
Simone is a fair warlord. You know?
Dude, wait till there's an inception situation and there will be a protest inside of the protest about.
Oh, he just blew your mind.
Wait,
I can't believe in this society we're getting pushed around and the police. We need to defund the police of Chaz.
Hey, can we
So wait,
protest a
deception.
protest?
Can you do that? Can you set up like a
Some protests
one
inside
block
the
by
protest.
one block area for
Right
Chaz
outside.
who
Oh,
want to
No, inside.
wait, no, I
Inside.
have a better idea. So let's take the surrounding blocks.
Okay.
They have
listening.
6 blocks in the
ready.
middle. Let's take that surrounding 7 blocks, linear, not square, right? Just a perimeter. And then we control who goes in and out, right? Because you can't come. We don't want you to come into our territory, and nobody can get through our territory to get into their territory.
Troy, it's,
And then we
already-
control
it's
the
called an international border. We already established this in every other border city we have in America.
yeah.
This
Well,
is no different.
then what we would be doing is no different than what they're doing.
And if Chaz doesn't like us having an international border outside of their territory, they can suck dicks. Just
Yeah.
like we don't listen to Mexico if they've got a problem with our border
Exactly
patrol.
right.
It's like, dude,
right.
suck it. We're in America. We're protecting this border.
Yeah.
We need to protect our border with Chaz.
You're gonna have
And
to
if
find another
Chaz-
way around. I'm sorry. You start digging.
Maybe it ends up being like one of those Russian dolls where it just gets smaller and smaller, the smaller ones. We just a step for people that don't like the way Chaz is operating. Maybe they open up a 1 block by 1 block area,
Yeah.
now leaving Chaz and entering their utopia.
That is how it works because we know from social.
Let's
media
come up
stuff,
with
they
an
just keep
anagram
themselves.
for
It's
Sonny.
always
For what?
For Sonny, like Chaz Bono would be Sonny Bono would be on the outside of it.
Okay, all right,
Surround
all right.
it.
Yeah, I like it.
It's always a competition to be who is the most, progressive. So the reality is that is what would happen.
Hold on,
Eventually
you've got a wolf growling at
Is
your
that a
door.
dog? Is that what's going on? What is that?
Just give the dog a bone, man. It's growling. Go ahead, E. What were you saying?
That's a lawnmower.
It's the
This is
worst
laptop.
sounding fan ever. He's bailed.
Oh boy.
He took a knee. He's taking a knee.
Oh, go away. No pun intended.
Okay, what I was just saying, dude. That's what they all do, though, dude. It's always a competition to be who's the most progressive, and that is what would happen. The doll, the China. What do you say? Is it China doll? I don't even know what those are called. But
The Russian stacking dolls.
Russian dolls. That is what would happen. That is what will happen there. They'll
Yeah.
just start breaking down. Some person in the 80 people that's in chat or whatever, however many, 1 or 2 people at some point will go, "Hey, I think this is,
Is that your?
They'll have a
Is that the
belief,
laptop
they'll say,
fan? Is
"That's
that,
not- What?
Yeah, it's a laptop fan. Yep. No, it's just funny how it's funny to laugh at this stuff. And Raz Simone has hit back at the president. You know, he's on par with our American president because he's the president of Chaz.
They should have a summit.
The president really put a hit on my head. I'm not a terrorist warlord. The world has never been ready for a strong black man. We have been peaceful and nothing else. If I die, don't let it be in vain. Well, I hope Raz Simone doesn't die in Chaz.
No, I hope he gets at least 3 funerals.
Well, he will probably. Probably.
Wait, we've never been ready for a strong black man with power like maybe Barack.
Barack Obama. You could say that about fucking Denzel Washington's a strong black man. What are you talking about? There are plenty of strong black men that you can look up to that are representatives. It's not just you, Raz Simone, you warlord.
I've never even heard of the guy. That's all I'm saying.
And by the way, it's like he's following the manifesto of a fucking tyrannical warlord. What tyrannical warlord doesn't say we've been peaceful and nothing else? Mm-hmm. That's what a tyrannical warlord would say. They don't. No warlord comes out and says, "Yeah, we're just randomly fucking abusing people." No warlord says that.
I can't wait to see how this comes out. This should be like the Truman Show. We really should be able to watch this thing devolve.
The protesters have said they will retain control of the zone until their demands are met, including that the Seattle Police Department is disbanded. Not defunded, not take away some of their funding, disbanded. I love the way they've just claimed property that's not theirs.
Sure, yeah. Hell yeah.
They've just set up
and we want to make sure the police are not around to stop us or interfere or,
It's just Troy, Trav, it's just such a childish, like, it's something Marshall would say.
Yeah.
Like, it's something Marshall would
stomp their feet.
Like, you know what? No more believe. Well, yeah, I'm fine. I don't like it. I'm going to do it my own way. It's like you don't have a job. You don't have a place that you're just stealing land. You're just occupying someone else's property. And in these stories I'm reading, one of the main things they're doing is just tagging everything. Like the Portland one, the police set up fencing so you couldn't break into the police department and burn it down. So what was the first thing they did when they went to their fucking version of Chaz in Portland that bailed after, they were hit with a few rubber bullets? They ripped down the fencing and tagged the fucking walls.
We were here.
We have nothing better to do than just spray paint walls. That's what we want to do. That's what we're doing.
That's how you get the message across.
Has no one thought further along the lines of like water, electricity, schooling, food, medical? That's just all free now, right? In Chaz.
That's a human right, isn't it? Well, clean water is a human right, and we already established that.
Sure.
Can you imagine how boring it must be in there? I mean, I get the protesting and all that. I'm actually for some of that stuff, but
you fucking hippie.
After a few days, I mean, aren't you all protested out?
Yeah.
Ready for a bean burger or whatever? I mean,
yeah, veggie
fatty egg roll and a veggie burrito,
margarita, whatever. Yeah.
And people are already saying too, like, that's outrageous. They're charging $6 for a hot dog. I'm like, oh, capitalism and Chaz. Wow. It's funny how this all works. And I think we should stay out of. I'll stay out of it. Don't go in there with the police and break it down. We should see how the story plays out.
So I said, let's get some drone footage. Let's just let this thing go and let's watch it all happen.
Like watching a Petri.
Isn't it kind of our MO though as a country to stick our nose in other countries' business? Yeah. Like, I'm with you guys. Let's set precedent now. Let's not stick our nose into Chaz.
Nope.
Just let them go. And I love the idea of the Truman Show.
Well,
just keep cameras on them and.
So wait, why don't we flip the script though? Yeah, like I said, I was kind of joking about taking over the perimeter, but in all honesty, it really is. Like, okay, you're gonna do your own thing. Well, so just like they have people standing there so you can't get in, let's have people stand on the outside. Let's have real police or whoever it is standing on the outside saying, oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. Oh, you're out of water? Yeah. Fuck, that sucks, dude, because over here in the United States, we got lots of it, and it's cold, and it's clean, and it's really good, and we got all the suntan lotion you want, and diapers, and fucking veggie burritos far as you can see.
Meat tails.
But yeah,
you're missing the point, Troy. You're getting in the weeds.
Oh, am I? Shit. Sorry.
Of how a society operates.
Damn it.
Because they're setting up really poor man's versions of the system. The more this plays out, it took them 24 hours before they realized, oh yeah, not all humans are the same, and they have squabbles a lot. And so one guy tags over someone else's graffiti, and it's an issue that needs to be addressed. Well, who's it being addressed by? Their version of the police. And it quickly escalates, just like our real version of the police. Like, it took them 24 hours to get there. What comes further down the line? You know what's going to come? They're going to need some sort of people in charge to decide what the punishment is for this asshole who's tagging over someone else's work. You're just setting up a poor man's really reckless version of society.
And who appointed Chaz, or not Chaz, Raz? It's got me all confused between the Chaz and the Raz. Who appointed him as the warlord law enforcement officer? They just happen to be the biggest goons in there with the most guns?
Yes.
What happens when somebody doesn't agree with it and says, hey, who are you to say?
I hope he's a bigger bully with a bigger gun, because that's how you take Raz down.
That's how, like, that's like Walking Dead shit, right?
It is exactly like
get your own
Dead.
clique and let's get her done.
It's the Walking Dead, but society hasn't fucking died and turned into zombies yet. So they're running away from real society. Like, they haven't lost power yet. They still have power in Chaz.
Who's paying that bill?
The great citizens of the United States of America.
Sure. Oh, okay. Just checking. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
just checking.
you know, the bigger thing, this whole like, hey, let's disband the police. Some people are calling to disband the police completely. And Travis mentioned a second ago, like, he's not against all protests. I'm not against the protesters. Protest all you. Leave my property out of it. And when you see pictures, there's pictures of people in like high-end Los Angeles areas, like, oh my God, they're casing the place, and they got these packs of people going through expensive neighborhoods, like casing the joint. Pictures and videos. I'm like, okay, now this is getting fucking scary. These animals are coming to my neighborhood to send a message. They want to fucking say, even you're not safe here. So we're not just going to burn down our shitty neighborhoods. We're going to fucking target expensive, high-end places.
Of course.
And it'll be interesting to see when we shut it down. I think they've got, you know, when Black Lives Matter first came out and said, we want to disband the, or we want to defund the police, was their word. And big difference between defund and, you know, and take, you know, close down police departments. It's not like that. I think some of their ideas, I'll give them credit where credit's due. Some of their ideas seem more well thought out. You know, when it's just like, we don't need these assholes running around, blah, 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 defund them, dismantle the police. Like, cute. That sounds cute. But some of their stuff isn't bad. I think it's outrageous that we've left our police departments to handle all the shit they have to deal with. Mental health, drug abuse, you know, abusive relationships. This is not, you know, what the police's intended thing was, you know, to break up every fucking squabble in society. So, but I think it's just such a, you know, thinking like there's a more perfecter way to do it when it doesn't exist. It's flawed. Human nature is flawed. So among the plans put forward by Black Lives Matter, MPD 150, another activist group, to replace police. See what you guys think of this list.
Is that MPD 150? Is that Minnesota Police Department? Does that have something along those lines?
It could be Minnesota Police Department 150. I don't know what 150 is, but it's an activist group that wants to dismantle. They're like Black Lives Matter. Mental health responders to attend mental health crisis in place of armed police. I'm not totally opposed to that. If you've got someone that's off meds and is going crazy, we've seen that. The cops don't know what the situation is or what someone's capable of, so they go in with caution.
But at what point? When are you made aware of this situation? Right? Like, it'd be one thing to have all this information going in, knowing that it's a person that's off their meds or unstable or what, you know, but they don't. Well, they only get a call that, hey, there's some fucking asshole with a knife, you know, running around naked, you know, screaming at people.
Yeah. But and that's the thing that.
And I just gave you all the information you needed to know, but.
No, but that's a great point. A lot of times a call comes in that says, I don't know, dude, there's a naked guy waving a sword and ranting at the fucking heavens out on the street. And so you're telling me we're just going to send a counselor over there to talk him down?
Yeah, right.
I mean, give me a fucking break. It's not how it works. The cops don't want to have to deal with it, but unfortunately they're called in to deal with that a lot of times. That's just one of the things. Street outreach teams, more shelters and affordable housing to help solve homelessness and stop homeless from being criminalized. Okay, traffic stops to be eliminated entirely. I'm kind of for that one.
Oh, hey, all right.
Yeah, come on, just open it up, man. Do what you
Oh,
want.
yeah, let's just do whatever the hell you want in your car and you can't get stopped. Okay, cool. And I'm sure trafficking and human trafficking and all the other things will totally be okay.
There probably wouldn't be an uptick in drunk driving either if there were no possible repercussions on the word, because they're saying, no, you don't
figure it out after.
You don't get to drive 180 miles an hour through the streets. We'll send you a summons via email. So how are you going to summon someone via email if they're fucking 4 times over the legal limit driving around your streets?
Well, then you're not getting a DUI. You're just getting this reckless driving.
Okay, cool.
That's 4
Sounds
points.
good to me. So we've solved that. We don't need cops to pull people over anymore. Great.
All right, good deal.
Community members to attend domestic violence calls to help intervene and establish long-term safety for the individuals. That sounds great on paper. I
Sure
agree with
does. Yeah.
Community members to attend. So basically, people that are experts in relationship and relationships. So this, Trav, your wife would be a good one. We just call her up. Anytime some couple gets into a fucking squabble at their house, we just send her over. And then on a continuing basis, she needs to go check in on them all the time and see how they're doing.
For free, I assume.
Of course, free, because they're not paying for it. God knows they can't afford it. So community members, we're just going to have community members attend domestic violence calls. So usually domestic violence, it's usually some small squabble by the time the cops are called, right? It's a small thing. Certainly he's not shit-faced and beating the dog shit out of his wife. No. It's usually 2 reasonable individuals who got into a squabble of some sorts. Maybe he overturned his dinner plate and she's upset. So we just need a community leader to go over there and then check in on him periodically, because we've got unlimited resources to send fucking community leaders over to these stressful situations all the time and do follow-up work. You know, what do you do with the guy that's just a fucking lush and the woman won't leave him because he threatens to kill her? At some point, you need someone a little stronger than a community fucking member to come wandering. What are you guys laughing at?
You fucking banging the monkey over there.
All right.
Guess we should fix that.
All right, just a couple more because we got to wrap it up.
Come
Easy
on.
to stop jacking up. Specialized physical and emotional support for victims of sexual violence. Specialized, keyword specialized, so that's great. You know, okay, so I think those programs already exist. There's tons of free programs for people like that, but whatever. Legalization.
Maybe having these people more readily accessible. Like, you know, instead of, so maybe for every shift of a precinct, there is a counselor or, you know, things like that are available. They could come out to site for these things, you know. I can understand that. I get that to a certain degree. Maybe those things are, maybe that is something that's not terrible to have those people. I understand those programs are in place, but that's always after the fact. But to have those people, you know, more on staff and available in those situations could probably be a huge benefit in a lot of situations.
I think we're severely underestimating the amount of resources. Now, if you're talking about taking $150 million out of the police department in Minnesota, and you want to put $150 million into counselors trained, okay, well that's
I mean, yes and no, but I mean, there's so many social workers and things like that, and different. I mean, to have them necessarily on call or on duty, almost like, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be riding around with these officers, but have them sort of part of that department to be able to be readily accessible and to be able to be deployed or to be, you know, be called out to certain scenes and certain situations. I don't think that's a huge, you know, drain or financial burden by any stretch. They're already there, they're already in place. But like I said, it's just the system is set up right now for all this to be after the fact and to be a little more proactive and have some of these people more on the front line and more available on the front end than the back is probably not a bad idea.
No, I don't doubt that. I think it's just a lot more complicated than that. I think it's a lot more difficult. Like, there's just not unlimited amounts of people that can continue to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to keep checking and following up, make sure these people get it. Some people are just fucking assholes. They don't get it, and they're in abusive relationships forever. It's a cycle. So we're gonna spend these resources to continually send specialists over there to deal with these individuals on a daily basis, weekly basis, it sounds fine, and I'm with you, Troy. There's probably nothing wrong with having a couple, you know, 5, depending on the size of the department, having a certain amount of people, and they might even already have some of this in place, where it's like, no, we don't just need someone with a gun showing up to a problem house. But when you get 50 calls in a year to the same residence and the woman refuses to press charges or won't fucking leave and he's just a drunk, you throw him in the tank for the night, you send him home, and the same shit happens the next day.
Guess what? You're
Like,
gonna walk in there and beat the shit out of her because he had to sleep in the jail last night. Where's my fucking meatloaf?
Exactly. And what do? Keep going back there to see how they're coming along? Legalization of marijuana to stop incarceration for the harmless drug.
Hey, all for that.
I think the walls are coming down on marijuana. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. Federal's about to go down. It's coming.
It's surprising to me to be in Arizona where it's not legal technically. Yeah. And, I talked to the warden or G and it's like, well, just grab some weed and fucking blah. It's like, well, you got to be careful if you're caught with that. I'm like, really? Because, it happens so fast in Michigan. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Grow it in your backyard. Who gives a shit? It's a plant.
Whoa, evil.
So, it's coming though. The legalization of marijuana. That's just I think they should legalize all drugs, personally. But marijuana, that'll happen. Better handling of drug offenses to stop criminalizing communities of color. So I don't know.
I'm not sure that's A to B necessarily there, but okay.
So what do they talk about? A guy gets caught with a dime bag, or a guy selling fucking rock on the streets?
Yeah, just
because those are handled differently.
Why is it? Yeah, why is it got to be? Why does one have to be the other? So only the areas of color do drugs?
No.
Oh, I wasn't sure because that seemed like that was the point of it. That's why I'm saying it didn't necessarily compute. Like you can do one, but why does one directly affect the other? Anyway, whatever. That's just one of myriad flaws in that list. But go ahead.
I love this one. This is the last one again. There's a couple others that I've just bypassed, with sex trafficking rules and shit, whatever. But restorative justice, and I'm not downplaying the seriousness of sex trafficking. I'm just saying.
No. I think we're all on board with that. So
yes. Restorative justice. This is my favorite. So meetings between victim and offender to be used to deal with property crimes such as theft and burglary.
Huh.
So instead of the cops going, what did the guy look like that broke into your house and stole your TV or your jewelry? We now put the perp and the victim together and see if we can't come to an agreement about the stolen property and get you guys on good terms.
I'll get you. Yeah. All right. I'll give you half of it back. How about that? Is that? Can we agree on that? Is that fair? Can we deal with that? Like, okay, all right. I want the TV, and okay, that was my grandmother's ring, and you can have okay.
So Troy, how do you feel about this then? Your house gets broken into, and they steal your TV, some jewelry, some shit. Outside of the personal invasion that you would feel.
Sure.
You get a call from a social worker who wants to bring the perp over now, because we usually identify the guy that broke into the house and robbed you blind and then left. We've tracked him down, Troy. He's fenced most of your shit, but we want to bring him over and try to do some restorative justice. See if we can get you. Basically, they want you to go, he's a good boy. He didn't mean it. He won't do it again.
Let's build some bridges.
Yeah.
Hearts and minds.
I love that one. The other one I heard was like, and we'll close on this, is people saying, hey, you know how it is in your community? People in white communities don't get it, or in uppity USA communities don't get it. They don't even see the police that often. They don't have interactions with the police. So they're stuck going, I don't get it. What's the big deal? The police are there to help and blah, blah, blah. We want our communities policed the same way. And I'm like, okay, well, is the behavior in those cities the same? Because that's what the reaction is to. That's why, if you had police just running around on every block where I'm at in Arizona or where you're at in Franklin, it wouldn't do any good. It wouldn't make much sense. Police resources are allocated to trouble areas. So if you've got, it's like going, well, these cancer patients are being treated with radiation for their cancer. We just want to be treated like people without cancer who don't have to get radiation treatment. It's like, okay, well, how about we don't have cancer and then we don't need to treat it with radiation? I know that's a weird analogy, but
it's kind of true. I got a kick. I saw that. Was it Walmart or somebody? One of those fucking idiots. They were part of their knee-jerk reaction to this whole thing is that they were no longer going to be locking up
Love it.
merchandise that is, for the minorities. However, I forget the bullshit terminology they used for it or whatever.
I've
but
got the story, Troy. I can get you the details.
Oh, I'm okay, perfect. Yeah, but you go in there and it's and it's funny. There's 80 bottles of vodka out there, but Ciroc is like locked up and things like that. You think about all the Henny's like locked up. I can't remember. I walked in one time. There was 15 different things of condoms, and the magnums were locked up. I'm not even shitting you. But that's fucking serious. The point is that why did they lock them up because they're racist? No, they locked them up because that was the shit that kept getting fucking stolen. Why, they didn't make it up. They didn't just choose and be like, you know what, watch this. We're going to be really fucking assholes, and we're going to lock this stuff up just to show how racist we are. No, they started locking it up because it was flying off the fucking shelves.
I just said, fuck these guys with their big dicks. We want to make them go to the next step.
I swear to God, I took a picture of it. It was years ago. I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it. But literally every condom was out, and then magnums were, like, locked. Come on, well, Jesus Christ.
Dude, the best. Do you have some pictures of this, Trav? Some examples? Because I've got a whole story about this, Troy. It's fucking hilarious. My favorite was the Just for Men, and there's like a row of 50 Just for Men with white models on the cover.
Oh, and then the black one's locked in.
And then the black dude with the afro smiling is Just for Men. Is under lock.
Right. Like, but that's cultural. That's racist. Well, why? But did they just happen to lock those up because they wanted to be dicks or because they kept getting fucking stolen?
People are like, it's more than just police. Look at Walmart locking up all their hair care products.
Systemic racism. Like, no, it's like,
and then
stereotypes are based in reality. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyone else realize Walmart first put cameras near the ethnic products before the rest of the beauty products? Or was it just me? Well, they probably put cameras where the most shit was being stolen.
Yeah, that's how it works. Oh yeah, there it is right there with the what's that guy's name? That's on that, the Just for Men.
Look at the Just for Men when it's the second one, the picture second.
Yeah, what's that dude's name?
I don't know.
That's a sports guy, isn't it? Come on.
Is it? Nah, I don't know.
I thought no play for Mr. Gray. Isn't that those guys?
So in 2018, a California woman accused Walmart of implementing extra security measures on products marketed towards black people and sued for discrimination. That lawsuit was dropped. As a retailer serving millions of customers every day from diverse backgrounds, Walmart does not tolerate discrimination of any kind, Lorenzo Lopez, a Walmart spokesperson, said. He said that certain items were locked up at a limited number of Walmart locations to deter shoplifters from products such as electronics, automotive, cosmetics, and other personal care products, noting, other retailers do the same thing. Nice job, narc. Target does it too. But yeah, I think most rational people can sit back and go, yeah, dumb motherfucker, it's the shit that's being stolen that they're locking up.
Yeah. I don't think they wanted to put all that money into the extra cameras and locks and all the bullshit that goes along with it. But
one person pointed out they had a blowout sale rack, and they've got a fucking black doll that's $3.99 and the white doll is $4.99. They're charging $1 more for the white doll. By all accounts, it's the same shit, just different shade of skin, and they're all in this bin together. It's like, why is the white bitch $1 more? Fuck.
Oh man.
One person pointed out that the pregnancy test with a Spanish translation costs 50 cents more at CVS.
Well, they got to pay the translator.
I don't know what. I mean, that's all I could think of.
Seems about right.
Some Spanish bitch is going to go in there and be like, well, I wanted to practice safe sex, or I guess it's just for the pregnancy test, so that doesn't matter.
500 pesos.
Does that know how it works, by the way? I mean, is it really, do you need, once you just paid it 50 cents less, even if you couldn't speak, you know what the stick looks like. You're in the pregnancy aisle, you pee on it, and, right? Like, you need the explanation, really.
You're giving him a lot of credit,
Yeah, so people are saying, too, though, that, these items locked up because they're stolen more often, that's just another example of systemic racism.
Systemic.
Let's acknowledge that the issue is not the stores locking up high theft products, but why those products are high theft. They're frequently stolen because people can't afford them, right? Why can't people afford them? They live in disadvantaged communities.
Oh, and it all comes around full circle.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess the answer is if you're poor and live in a disadvantaged community, you should just be able to take whatever you want.
Whatever
There's
you
the
want.
baby story. There's
I
the
see
baby.
that. Why is the white baby $1 more?
I don't know, because people want probably, dude. It's probably capitalism at its finest.
It's not like it's locked up. It's just on sale.
The white babies were probably selling at a better rate, better clip than the black babies, so they charge a little bit more for them. I'm
Maybe.
guessing. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
Tell you this, I'm not buying either.
No,
How about
fair.
that?
That's true.
All right, you guys are awesome. This has been fun chatting with you. I want a vacation in Chaz as soon as they open up their borders.
Just
a little
keep
more.
going up the coast, baby. Just go on up, man. Keep her going. From Marin
Yeah.
County straight up the coast. Take
Dude,
the one or whatever that shit is up there and get
When I
yourself
leave,
up
I
into
could
grunge
actually-
land.
I might actually drive up to Chaz and see if I can pop in, say hello. I don't know if I need security. T, maybe you could be my security.
Yeah, let's go.
Fly
I think
in.
I can get flights really cheap right now, I think.
I don't think you need to fly international into Chaz. I think you could fly into Seattle and then drive
Yeah,
to the
right. Well, I don't think they have an airstrip. I don't think 6 square blocks is quite enough for an airfield.
I'll go out on this, and I love these emails from people. Keep them coming. You can email. Don't email T. Roy. He doesn't care. But Travis, if you
I did. I set up an email.
did you,
Yeah. Hung
What
like
is it?
horse at DetroitCast.com.
dude? Well, we'll get into your. I know
fucking email me.
Eric at DetroitCast, Travis at DetroitCast.com, Walters at DetroitCast.com. I appreciate it. A lot of people are sending me shit to do in Arizona. There's a lot of listeners here in Arizona. I didn't realize how many listeners we had. Someone recognized my voice on the golf course a couple weeks ago. Easus, if you can believe that.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of funny. I got an email from him.
You're being way too loud.
We got a surgeon out here that emailed me, Dr. J. What up, Dr. J? If you're listening.
Hey.
And so I got this one. I love hearing from satisfied customers, people that have used our sponsors. We actually go above and beyond to check, and we have, believe it or not, turned down sponsors over the years who I just didn't feel comfortable with. Like, yeah, I don't think I'd want to buy from that guy. I don't think I want to get my insurance from that guy. So let's not do that. But this one, it's great. Mike T. Roy, Easus, Sexy Easus, J question mark. Gentlemen, called the 800 roofing company to quote on installing gutters in the whole house. Guy tried to give me a quote without measuring, which was too damn high. I told him to send me the quote so I could get competitive quotes. He said, fine, and hung up on me. I then called Arnold Roofing and told them I was from the D-Cast. Good
Yeah.
move. They came out a couple days later to quote the job. They offered to quote the roof as well. Matt was here for about an hour and walks me through all the gutter options as well as the roofing options, signed and have them come out and install the gutter. They came out and installed the gutters in a few hours with no issues. They look and work great. Thank you so much for the worry-free installation at a competitive price. I'll be having them install the roof in the next year or so. Keep it up, guys. Jason and Jess. Thank you.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I love hearing stuff like that. And I'll fucking read one too. If one of you guys has a bad experience with these son of a bitches, I don't care if it's Wasik or fucking Kyle Mayer or Merck.
Yeah.
Goddamn
Any of them.
roofing people, any of them. Name it. You got a bad experience, you tell me, and we will fucking rat them out. All of them.
Put them on blast.
All right, guys. Next time you see me, I'll be on the road. So the landscape behind me will be a little different. We'll get all you guys involved, though. Should be an interesting few weeks, but
Yeah, we figured this wasn't difficult enough, so let's change it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I didn't even spring this on Travis. I had the respect enough to call Travis off the air and be like, hey, look, man, here's what I'm thinking. How hard is this going to be? Because I literally am going to dismantle this whole setup as soon as I'm done with this show today and pack up and head out tomorrow. So hopefully it goes
Hollywood
well,
and Bollywood, episode 1.
there you
problem.
go. Hell yeah. Cowboy and Indian. Here we go. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, T-Roy. Easus, always good to hear you and the wolf behind you. Trav.
We should probably fix that. Where's Aaron?
Yeah, what the fuck is Aaron doing? Is he quarantined or something? Does he have the COVID? What's the deal?
Just got to take it apart, get all those pubes out of that fanny. Come on, blow it out.
That's probably what it is. All right. Have a good rest of the day, everybody. Thanks for listening to us. We'll be back in a few days and we'll do it again.